Huh. Quite a peculiar face you have, Kupo. Fuck you! Familiar, too. You wouldn't be that self-same warrior who gave the legendary Moggle's Guard what for, would you? Gaddis, was it? Bet your ass I am. Aha! It's an honor to meet you. Allow me to thank you personally for bringing that silliness to an end. Pukwapika is the name. What brings you to our neck of the Twelves Wood? Have you seen a Pajal that is maybe not a Pajal anymore? Why, what a pleasant coincidence. We were just discussing how we ought to go about calming the elementals, Kupo. That blasphemy with the dreadful horns has got them on edge, and for good reason. I've had to ask my personal guard here to sleep with one eye open. In case you haven't noticed, the beast's corruption has been spreading all throughout the woods. Needless to say, we've got to stand up and pull the Twelves Wood to rights. Raya O suggested that the Moogles contribute by scouring the forest for even the smallest signs of taint. Got to cleanse it before it got out of hand, you know? Difficult and time-consuming work, but if it's in service to the forest, then we'll gladly do it, Kupo. Hey, I know you! You're the adventurer who gave me some of my finest scars! Koop-de-Koopa, the Moogle's Guard. No hard feeling about the whole Hail to the King Kupo bit, I hope. Not gonna call it for a rematch either, in case you're worried about that. I wasn't. Raya O and the others cured us of our tempering, and afterwards sat us down for a stern lecture. No more calling upon good King Moogle-Mog the 11th. For us, or the 12th, sorry. For us, he may ever remain unsummoned in his royal grace and splendor. Indeed, what better way to make up for past indiscretions than to serve the realm? Even now, our kin scour every ilm of the Twelves Wood, and we would be remiss to not do our part. We would be overjoyed to have a hero such as yourself helping us as well, if you're willing. Something tells me you have a sharp eye for the taint. Stop saying taint so much. Something tells me you have a sharp eye for the taint we seek to cleanse. Can we count on you, Kupo? Yes. Your reputation for magnanimity is well deserved. Let's begin by moving to higher ground that we may survey the area and locate any particularly nasty spots of blight. I'm still thinking of that word. Where? What the fuck? Oh, what? Can I click on you up here? Oh, wow. Oh, you were able to make your way up here after all. I was worried you would be stuck. Apologies for leaving you behind, but it's so easy to forget that your kind lack wings, Kupo. Now, where was it? My motorcycle wheel is in your face. There, to the south. Let us cleanse that festering taint at once. Yes, kill the taint. I mean, I am a paladin. I'm a holy person, right? Nice. That was some fine work, Kupo. I dare say it's in even better shape than it was before. The others are doubtless flittering about, stamping out corruption wheresoever it rears its hideous head. If I were the Great One, I would be applauding our efforts. Well, insofar as much being without as a being without hands can clap, I suppose. That's a big Moogle. How goes the taint? How goes the taint cleansing, Koop-de-Koop? I did what I could, but I swear as soon as I finish with one area, 2 more start manifesting a fresh taint. Oh. I cannot deal with so much talk of taint. The forest's ability to heal itself is waning, and the sickness is spreading too fast for even a legion of Moogles to manage. If we don't come up with a better solution soon... The situation is even more grave than we imagined, Kupo. Oh, what are we to do? We should maintain our efforts to purify the forest regardless. But since there are only so many of us, we must also help the forest to remember how to help itself. A brilliant idea, I think. How do we go about doing that? Well, I was just getting to that part, Kupo. I've got it! We perform the friending. Friending? The friending? What in the name of good King Moogle-Mog the 12th, may he shower us with love and compassion and Koopa nuts, is that? Truth be told, I couldn't remember the ancient rite's name, so I made something up on the spot, Kupo. But let's forget about that for now and move on to the stuff I do remember. It's an old ceremony, first performed when the nation of Gridania was but a spark of an idea in the random thought of its founders' heads. They knew that if they were to establish a home within the Twelveswood, they would first have to entreat the elementals for permission. So a mage in their company found and cleansed a few sources of foul ether, planting saplings in their place, and consecrated the soil with a prayer to show the forest the purity of their intentions. The elementals were so taken with his display that not only did they permit his people to settle within the forest, they also bestowed upon him their blessing as proof of their new covenant, Kupo. Ah, I remember now. The Gridanians still honor the agreement to this day. For every new tree that is cut down, a sapling is planted. So if we follow history's example, we can soothe the forest pain and also nourish it with new life. Are you gonna make me, plant X number of saplings? That's right, Kupo. Oh, but I wasn't finished with the story. Remember the mage who planted those sacred saplings? He was none other than Joran, sire of Puka. Oh my god, this name. The sire of Hota, the very first Pajal. From that day forward, the elementals would bless a select few heroes with horns, favoring them with their fellowship. The Pajal were exalted by all the peoples of the Twelveswood. Even we Mughals look upon them with awe, and that's how it began. So he's to blame for all that stuff. Something wrong, Kupo? You have a strange look on your face. Gleipnir may be a Pajal, a former Pajal at least. Well, we know that. Gleipnir's poison is particularly deadly against hearers. Wait, did they say that before? I guess they were just hear victims that we kept coming across. Let's look at that one. How dreadful, Kupo. But what exactly are you saying? So the man you think may have become Gleipnir was a Pajal stripped of his blessing, and the blasphemy kills with a poison that manifests symptoms that resemble those of the creeping death. I feel sorry for this Isura. To love the elementals only to be shunned by them, to be surrounded by the beauty of the Twelveswood and know that he was forever an outsider, all for a child's mistake. Yeah, the elementals suck. That despair could easily have caused him to turn, and this poison that preys upon those who bear the Twelveswood blessing, the hearers, just like the creeping death once did, might be another manifestation of that despair. I'm glad I'm not a hearer. That would explain the elementals' unease, Kupo. We must redouble our efforts to plant saplings or they might never speak to us again. Indeed. Well, first things first, we must gather as many saplings as we can. Gaddis, wait for us at the Adder's Nest and make ready for a long and back-breaking day. Man. Goddamn Mughals. Welcome back, Gaddis. Did the Mughals have any insight into our problems? Yeah, you heroes are fucked. A reenactment of the ceremony which laid the foundation of Gridania. A fitting plan given the gravity of the threat our nation now faces. As ever, there is much work to be done before we can even begin. While the Mughals gather saplings, we shall continue to scour the Twelveswood for new beasts that must be purged. Let us pray that the Elder Seedseer regains her strength quickly as well. For now, take a rest, my friend. 'Tis a rare indulgence these days, and one you've earned 1,000 times over. Now, unfortunately for you, my friend, I've already hit level 90, so I'm not going to take a rest. I'm just going to keep on trucking. Heart's true. Gleipnir has not been seen since our last encounter. This brief respite may be our best chance to quell the Great One's terror. Great One is a bitch. I don't like the Great One. Make way for the saplings, Kupo. We've had plenty of practice cultivating our gardens, so selecting the most robust ones was a simple matter. That was the hardest work, so you can help us with the easy part. If you see a spot of corruption, cleanse the taint and plant the sapling in its place, Kupo. Do it enough times and the Great One is sure to understand that we're doing all we can to heal the forest, which ought to brighten its mood. We'll see to the East Shroud. You should have no trouble taking care of the rest, Kupo. Your efforts are much appreciated. We will begin without further delay. Yeah, you can plant saplings. That's easy for you, right? I trust you will not object to my company. I dare say healing the forest is one task for which I am more qualified than most. Did you not listen to people saying, have a rest? Elder Seer, are you well enough to leave the city? I should like to think I have been for some time. In any event, Isumi has finally grown tired of my objections and ceased his attempts to detain me further. Allow me to be the one to consecrate these saplings. It would be an honor to offer words of thanks to the forest for its bounty. Please do, Kupo. A prayer from the Elder Seer herself will surely hasten their growth from tiny sapling to towering tree. Such is my hope. As Jorn did before me, I shall approach the Great One in friendship, that it might see through the veil of fear that blinds it and remember our covenant. Let us begin by cleansing all traces of corruption in the central shroud. Are you going to make me go to every shroud to do this? To Green Tier, I sense that the flow of ether has become warped there. Impressive, Kupo. Not even my keen eyes could spot corruption from such a distance. It is one of many talents I owe to the elementals. Well then, shall we be on our way? Corrupted air. Okay, down you go, air sprite. What? These stupid little fucking mosquitoes. Get out of here. Okay, do your thing. In gratitude for your boundless blessings do I offer this gift. May it nourish you as you nourish us. At last the earth is cleansed. There is a settlement not far from here. We should tell them of this sapling, bid them watch over and keep it safe from harm. Of course, Elder Seer, I shall relay your words forthwith. It will give the people hope to know that they can aid in the restoration of the Twelveswood. Thank you. And now we must go... Oh. Spider sense tingling. What is this spinning? To Silent Arbor. There's something foul impedes the flow of ether. Let us hurry. Could the foul thing be a Gleipnir? Corrupted water. Yeah, that's pretty. The injury has begun to heal, and our next destination lies to the north. Near Hurstmill, I believe. 'Tis faint, for we are far from the source. Nevertheless, I am certain it is there. Come. Going to every single shroud except that East Shroud and West Shroud. I always forget, lore-wise, West Shroud is pretty much inaccessible because I believe when Dalamud and the whole Bahamut thing happened, it was pretty much obliterated. So it's maybe not inhabitable at this point, but in 1.0, I believe you still could go in West Shroud and like do stuff. Like it was its own map. "'Tis fortunate that the corruption here is faint. A simple prayer should suffice to cleanse the soil, after which we may plant the sapling." I sense no other disruptions in this etheric flow, which leads me to believe that the Mughals have already seen to the remainder. Indeed, the Twelveswood sighs with contentment. I have not felt it in a long while. But will it serve to placate the Great One, I cannot say. Not until we visit the Guardian Tree. Who are these guys? Excuse me, but you're the Elder Seedseer, aren't you? What brings you all the way to our village? Corruption that had upset the balance of ether, but that we have since cleansed with prayer and saplings. Thus has the Twelveswood reclaimed a measure of peace. You've been planting trees? We have. The elementals have suffered much of late, and with these offerings we endeavor to raise their spirits. Elder Seedseer, I've got to protest. What of your people's spirits, we who dread every step we must take out of doors? Oh. That terrible monster is still out there preying upon innocent folk without rhyme or reason. And if it doesn't strike us dead where we stand, its poison will finish the job. I know you are afraid, that you and yours suffer still. However, 'tis under the auspices of the elementals that we may call the Twelveswood home, and they too cry out for deliverance. Even the Great One quakes with fear for the blasphemy's continued existence. To ignore their plight is to invite greater tragedy for all of us. Rest assured, however, I have not forgotten the needs of the people. See, this is kind of bullshit, because it's like, you always have to appease your masters, because if you don't, then they stomp on you just as hard as all these other enemies and things that come in do. Like, I don't like their little uneasy kind of alliance or truce that they've dealt with over these, many years. We bring comfort to the elementals and renew our sacred ties that we might enlist the aid of the Great One in combating Gleipnir and the suffocating despair it spreads. And so I pray you continue to put your faith in our guardians and in me. Yeah, I don't think that's enough for this kid. Would that we could, Elder Seedseer, but we've been dealing with death and sickness since before Gleipnir's coming. Oh, this is some spicy stuff here. Are we finally getting into Gridania's dirty laundry? They say creeping death's nothing to fear these days, but we know better. One of ours caught it not long ago. We gave her the cure, had plenty on hand, and for a while we thought it would be all right. But by the time we realized it hadn't done a damn thing, it was too late to call for a conjurer. Uh-oh. It was a sad day for all of us when she passed, but none more than her poor husband, Supin. Wait, Supin? He was beside himself with grief, and who could blame him? And then came Gleipnir to compound our woes. Wait, was that the... Oh my god, I hate the Padjal names because I'm already forgetting it. But is that the Padjal's name? It had an S in it, didn't it? Okay, yep. Supin, it cannot be. Do you speak of Iasura Supin? So he did grow older and got married. Iasura? No. Supin was an odd one, but no one would mistake him for a Padjal. Supin wasn't even his real name. That'd be Elengia. But his wife was fond of calling him Supin for some reason, and it caught on with the rest of us. I see. And what did Elengia look like? Well, I'd say he'd seen no more than 30 summers, kept to himself, came and went with nary a word at times, even though though after he met his beloved, he became more of a fixture, friendly even. His wife was a sickly lass, but she had spirit. But spirit's not enough to beat the creep in death. Pity we couldn't do anything for her. So that's what made him turn. Okay, this makes more sense now. Because it couldn't have just been him being pissed off at the elementals, because that was a long time coming. Like, he would have gotten used to that. He'd finally made a new life for himself here. Thank you for recounting Elengia's story. Sad though it was, it has helped me to better understand how much you've all suffered. Don't smile when you're saying this shit. I promise that you will have cause to celebrate soon. Until then, I implore you to place your faith in the elementals and in me. Together we shall overcome this crisis. Again, I'm sorry that I don't, in general, like Gridania very much, but this really does feel like she's just trying to be, like, appeasing and brushing it under the rug and be like, it'll be fine soon. Like, you need to accept the fact that people are really pissed that this stuff is happening. You're trying to say, like, oh, but things will be fine soon, don't worry. Like, it really diminishes their pain. And I don't know, if I was listening to this, I'd still be mad. It's like they'll walk away, but they'll be like, is this bitch gonna actually do anything for us? Despite what he said, I'm certain this Elengia was Iasura Supin. To think that he was living so close by for all those years, searching for new purpose and finding true love. Only to be robbed of that fulfillment too. Were he still a Padjal, empowered by the elementals, he could he have saved her? He would have dwelt on the question night after sleepless night. I know I would have. I mean, you guys couldn't solve that creeping death either, right? So mayhap in the end he came to blame the elementals for his helplessness, for her death, and in despair was consumed. Aye, the animosity would linger, endure, and in vengeance would Gleipnir find its final purpose. We have done all we can to show the Great One the purity of our intent. Let us hope that we will be accepted as friends. Yeah, and if not, fuck him. Our supplications cannot have escaped the Great One's notice. May it be enough to receive an audience. Alright, tree, listen up. You need to fucking help us now. Stop sleeping on the job or quaking in your boots. O Great One, may I abide ever beneath your boughs, embraced by your compassion, grace, and wisdom. Distill the fear within your heart, and know that I am your faithful servant. All feeling, passing corruption, refreshed, renewed green, flesh restored. Child of child, covenant honored, friend, friendship, peace. It worked! The Great One speaks through the Elder Seed Seer, so we just need to plant trees every time they get scared and then they help us. It's a pretty simple solution. We were right to follow Jordan's example. Let's see. The corruption is but one aspect of a greater threat. We beseech you to help us slay Gleipnir. I mean, we just need to cut to the chase here. Let's get Gleipnir. Profanity spawn, despair's orphan, sadness and anger, sadness, death's prayer, one and all. You gonna accept it's our fault? No, of course you're not. Poison potent, wounds unmending, withering bark, no strength to share. After all we've done, you deny us? After all the Elder Seedseer has endured, she has pledged herself to you, devoted her life to the Twelves Wood. The people cried out for salvation, and she answered. The elementals cried out for deliverance, and she answered. Only you can help us now. If you do not, then we are lost. She is lost. Please, I beg you. Don't overstep yourself there. We beg you. What? Was it the Mughals? Oh, it's these random people. What are you doing here? Perturbed man. We've been dependent on the Seed Seers all our lives, blaming them whenever something goes wrong, without ever considering what we might do ourselves. Aye, but no longer. The Elder Seed Seer has gone to incredible lengths for her people, and so her people have come to return the favor. If her plea alone is not convincing enough, then we will raise our voices in support. We couldn't let them make the journey without protection. That, and we couldn't let them put us to shame. We too have come to stand with the Elder Seed Seer and beseech the Great One for aid. We all want the same thing, don't we? Peace restored to the forest? So please share what you can, however little. Do not forsake us. Do not forsake her. This guy. Is he gonna cry? Come on, tree. Speak in full sentences. Kane, Covenant's child, walks with man, with elemental, keeper of ancient faith, unbroken. Cannot, will not break faith, to man render up flesh. Wait, what? Then you agree to help us? No, I'm going back to sleep. Flesh, branches, take and join, to oldest elders, renew bond, as one stir. Chop down this tree. Raise up to heavens, covenant symbol, our staff, all join, all bloom, all peace. So, chop some make some stabs out of this tree, and that should help somehow? My duty weighed heavy on my heart, so heavy that at times I scarce remembered to breathe. For days and nights I worried I would be found wanting. But by your faith and trust has the path forward been revealed to us. You came hither, united in purpose, and bared your hearts before the Great One. I, nay Gridania, is forever in your debt. Like, oh, okay. Do we actually get cool things, or just thanks? What is that? Is that a bong? What is this? Tree bong? Tiny little tree pieces? What the fuck is this? Those are very small pieces of that tree. He really did not, or it really did not want to give you too much of itself. May I rely on you all once more? I bid you take these branches to every corner of the Twelveswood and join them to the eldest trees, that we might finally win free of this despair. It shall be done, Elder Seed Seer, we swear it. What if you put it on the wrong tree? These people don't know. Which ones are elder trees? They all kind of look the same. Once the trees have been bound together in spirit, I shall carry out the Great One's final instruction and cast its cleansing power all across the Twelveswood. Yet I must remind you, my friends, that Gleipnir still stalks in the forest. It will not remain idle. It will attempt to stop us. Go with hope in your hearts, but do not lose sight of the danger. I mean, what did they do with the danger, though? Do they hide? Do they run away and try to stick the branch on a tree later? They're not fighters. I admit for a moment I thought it wouldn't work. But the Elder... Actually, it wouldn't have worked if you guys hadn't said anything, probably. But the Elder Seed Seer moved not only the hearts of the people, but that of the forest itself. Her final task appears to be a bit more complicated than the Great One made it sound, and so she must scour the ancient texts before the time comes and consult with the Seed Seer Council to make sure all goes according to plan. It's just as well. We still need to wait until the others have joined the Great One's branches to the many ancient trees scattered throughout the Twelveswood. Then, of course, there's the matter of the Gleipnir. He will not go peacefully as we work to hasten his demise. When he comes, we must be ready. I think this is the final one, right? A Path Unveiled. Impeccable timing as always, Gaddis. But moments ago, the Elder Seed Seer sent word to go and fetch you. Let's kill this Gleipnir? She's already on her way and will explain everything herself when she arrives. The children of the Twelveswood, both Moogle and man alike, have sallied forth, branches in hand, to the far reaches of the forest. Soon their tasks shall be completed. Though the shadow of death yet looms large, they do not allow despair into their hearts. They hold fast to their faith in a brighter future. We shall see their hope rewarded, and by the grace of the elementals, consign these grim days to memory. We need only succeed in summoning the Ermine Hedge. You may recall that the Great One's words were muddled and esoteric. I believe it was an instruction to carry out this esoteric ceremony in order to expunge the corruption befouling the forest, that the once tainted earth may begin to mend. For you see, when the Ermine Hedge was last formed, it was to protect the Twelveswood from threats without. The Great One acted as a guardian, embracing the woods to shield them as a father would its child. On this occasion, however, we will call upon it to nourish and revitalize, as a mother nourishes her child to make them strong against sickness. So, was the Ermine Hedge used during Bahamut's explosion? I mean, it didn't help whoever was in the West Shroud. In channeling the power of the elementals in this way, we can stem the spread of Gleipnir's poison, and the scars of its passing will finally heal. At least, that's what the Great One intended to say, I believe. The Seed Seer Council agrees with my interpretation and has permitted me to perform the ceremony. Whatever you say. I have in my possession a single branch, the final one to be attached to the eldest tree of the Twelveswood. For all that you have done to aid us thus far, I ask you to accept this honor. Who better to set the final stone in this new foundation for everlasting peace? Everlasting, that's, it's a long time. Things happen. You who have sacrificed so much for the sake of others. If we had even a sliver of your courage, we could move mountains. No, that is true. How about if I do this, you guys stop being shitty to Duskwights? Reparations, maybe? Thank you, my friend. We will find the tree of which we spoke in front of the Leatherworkers Guild. Oh, that's very convenient. Let us depart. Oh, that is a big tree. Look to the boughs above, and you will see a spot where the bark has been discolored by age and the elements. There you must affix the branch. Wait, I have to climb a tree? You ascend the ancient trunk and affix the branch. Oh, it's just not even a cutscene. Affix the branch of the guardian tree to the weathered bark as directed by the Elder Seed Seer. Oh, they did not want to give any budget for that. You are quite the climber, and with that, all preparations are now complete. Let us return to the guardian tree. Ah, man, we were just there. And with the aid of the 12, and with the aid of the Great One, deliver salvation to the whole of the 12's Wood. If it is truly Isura's lingering resentment for the elementals that drives the blasphemy, then it will surely come. For the sake of the man he was, I must try to appeal to his reason. But should I fail, then we will have no recourse but to fight. Regardless, this day we shall bid farewell to Gleipnir. I'm sure we're gonna fight. Through the branches of the guardian tree, the 12's Wood is become as one. In summoning the ermine hedge, every ilm of these sacred lands will be imbued with the Great One's nourishing ether. The forest will be empowered to heal itself, to break free of Gleipnir's despair. The ceremony is complex and delicate, and I must maintain focus. I trust you will do what is necessary to see that I am not interrupted. Gleipnir comes! Defend the Elder Seedseer! What? Where? Oh. Very nice of it to go away for a while after initially coming in and not just to drop by when we weren't at the tree. Are the elementals so deserving of your scorn? Do you hate me too, for my horns? I knew a boy once, a boy who called them gifts, symbols of the blessings he resolved to share with the world. Yet the beast before me now brings naught but misery and death, marks its victims with chains to bind and condemn, to share in its suffering. I was not there for you then, but I am here for you now, to unmake what you have become. I shall begin the ceremony. Stand fast and remember what we fight for. Oh, doing some like unisummoning. Alright, you're doing a little flippy dippy stuff. Cool. The Elder Seedseer must not be disturbed. Protect her. What? Is there going to be other shit that I have to deal with? Ow. He makes for the Elder Seedseer to her side. What is this? Poison courses through your veins. Oh, great. So every now and it's like a oh, okay. I was gonna say it's like a paralyzed, but I guess not quite. Come on. What? Okay, well, it's annoying. Let's move this up a little bit. The rite of summoning for the ermine hedge begins. You mean you weren't doing it before? Oh. Stop. What? How am I supposed to... What? No, this cannot be. What the hell? Stun didn't work. Was I supposed to use a different stun? Or interject, I guess I should have used instead. Usually stun for that kind of action works, but interject is for like silencing. Or at least that's what I thought it used to be. Okay, I get it. Yeah, okay, so I have to use that one. That's fine. Halfway complete. Well, she's gonna get hit by this shit. Can I take all of these? Oh, okay, I can. Oh, I'm gonna get fucked. Oh, that wasn't that bad. Shout? Oh, god damn it. Are you gonna do a cool move? Come on, do a cool move. Oh, alright, well that's fine. Do I have to heal you? Shit. Fatal poison? Did you not do this in time? Oh fuck. Stop. Get up, Kane. My ether is exhausted. I cannot stand. So do I have to do the rest of it for you? Get the fuck up! Lend a portion of your power. Oh, you're gonna die, dude. Bye. Can I fucking... Yeah, let's do it. Hurry up, this dude's gonna die. He's just a regular dude. What? Okay. I'm down for the count, but you need to fucking finish this, because he's getting wrecked in the corner over there. Hurry up. Oh my god, hurry the fuck up.
By the grace of the elementals!
Okay, oh, Jesus. Okay. Good. Wait, do I have to... What the fuck is going on here? Oh, okay. Oh. Ha!
By the light of the
Probably would
crystal.
help if I had, threat on. Okay. So this should be very straightforward now, right? Oh, no, you guys can... You don't have to join me. You're gonna fucking die. What does Earthshake do? No. Let's not stick around for this shit. Even Gleipnir lashes out in the face of death. Bring an end to its misery. Okay. I'm working on it.
Be gone with you!
There we go. You're done. Rest in peace. But he's just gonna go into black dust, right? He's not gonna turn back into a guy. Through sacred soil and azure skies, may your compassion flow and swell to banish the darkness. Splat that water. Oh, so it hadn't sent out its wave yet? It took that whole time to do that? I thought it did it when we were in the battle. Receding terror, blissful quiet. Blessing, covenant preserved, now and always, child of child. Honor and gratitude unending. Yeah, remember this next time then, so she doesn't have to go through all this bullshit just to get you to do something. For we as well, honor and gratitude unending, we could not have overcome the blasphemy without your aid. In your everlasting grace, I pray you continue to guide we children of the forest. In your boundless mercy, I pray you forgive the lost and forsaken who succumb to despair. Yep. Bye-bye. To you, my dear Iasura, I promise I shall never forget your words of wisdom. Ours is indeed a gift and a blessing, and a duty to our people I will uphold. Until my final breath, this I swear. Oh, thanks, Fate. I don't want to be part of you right now, but okay. Thank you, Gaddis. The great cleansing could not have succeeded without you. The blight has been purged, and the blasphemous beast which bore it laid low. The sacred wood that once held its breath in fear now breathes a long sigh of relief. I must return to Gridania and my regular duties as Elder Seedseer, but I should be glad if you could call upon me there, that is, if I may pose upon you one final time. Thank you. I promise to not to detain you at length. Let us meet again at the Lotus Stand. That is a big slug in the background. Something about Lou. Okay. Man, I haven't done that in like years, that Fate. The Great One's ether flows all throughout the Twelveswood, purging the last vestiges of Gleipnir's poison. The surviving wounded are no longer in danger and have begun to recover at long last. We have much cause to rejoice, in no small part because of you, my friend. On behalf of Gridania and myself, allow me to thank you yet again for your tireless efforts in bringing Gleipnir to heal. You went above and beyond the call of duty for the sake of our people and their homeland. You were inspiring to behold, and not for the first time, I must say. Yeah, I know, I've been doing this kind of a lot over the course of many years. Forgive me, Elder Seedseer, but with this crisis behind us, I would suggest a new course of action. Oh, and what would that be? Rest. In all our time together, I've never seen you so hard-pressed. Surely you are weary and could benefit from a brief respite? In my bed? She's an eternal being. She probably doesn't need to sleep that much. I appreciate your concern, my friend, but I cannot, will not. One day, perhaps, but not this day. I'll sleep when I'm dead. But Elder Seedseer. Recent events have given me cause to reflect upon my past, upon lessons that I once thought I had taken to heart. When I did not yet understand the duty with which I had been entrusted, when these horns of mine were but chains binding me to a destiny I did not choose. 'Twas Iasura who taught me to appreciate the gift I had been given. Had he not been there to help me, to keep the proper path, where would my errant feet have taken me instead? Maybe to somewhere more interesting? He was perhaps the first, but he would not be the last. My brother and sister and countless other kind souls, through their words and their support, have also helped me continue to find a way forward, even when I thought there was none. 'Tis by opening our hearts to one another that we, in turn, open new paths, that we can conceive of greater opportunities and brighter futures. All who live within Gridania are deserving of these gifts, and so I must always be there for them, that together we may journey in safety through darkest night. Not tempted to live wild and free like an adventurer? You don't desire a life for yourself outside of your duties? I don't see her as a wild and free type. You don't desire a life for yourself outside your duties? My life is my duties, and my duties my life. I do what I love and desire naught else. Well, that's very simple. But if ever there came a time where I need no longer serve as Elder Seed Seer, I would be forced to consider alternatives. I'd like to open a bakery. Perhaps I could do the same as Iasura and settle down with my beloved. Finding and courting them would make for quite the adventure, don't you think? Is this dude on the side here going to be like, I'm standing right here? Regardless of what the future has in store, my present course is clear. So long as we Pagel serve as a bridge between man and elemental, Gridania can weather any storm. And so I will continue to walk hand in hand with my people and my patrons along a path that we discover together. Don't poke yourself in the eye with those spikes on your arm. Though the blasphemy is no more, there are still administrative matters to resolve. If it is not too much to ask, could you bring word of these recent events to our delegate in radz-at-han? Sure. It's been an honor and a pleasure, my friend. May the elementals watch over and keep you. Now, they could stay away from my dusk-white ass. I don't need them to help me out. Thanks. Welcome back. I pray you have brought glad tidings. Oh yeah. Gleipnir is slain. You've brought joy to me on an otherwise uneventful day. Of course, I had complete faith in your success, but had begun to worry ever so slightly when you did not return as quickly as I anticipated. Bitch, I had a lot to do. I had MSQ to finish. Just be glad that it's done. I shall report your success to the envoys at once. If we have further need of you, I pray you will answer our call. Yeah, I'll think about it. Oh. Bunch of materia, thank you. You can now dye the job-specific gear for level 90 tanks. Nice. All that just to be able to dye some gear. That was an interesting role quest. Certainly a bit more meaty than some of the previous role quests, like from Shadowbringers. But to be honest, the one I've been really interested in is the caster one over here, because I believe it's where Ishgard needs help. So next time, I will be doing the caster role quest, or the magic DPS role quest, because I guess now there's an additional couple of role quests. So join me then. Thanks for watching.